What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. We are back for a Sunday to round out the week here, Papa Dude. Shotty's on the road to Remington. Michael's fired up for Remington. We got Remington Park, Oklahoma Derby Day coming up. We'll be heading down there after the show, but let's get today's show kicked off and started and over with. Let's talk about reactions from Saturday. We'll start with football. Just your overall takeaways from a great day of college football.
Did not disappoint, did it?
No.
Wow. Some tremendous games. Great win for Florida State, obviously, which, by the way, I think they should be the number one team in the country. What has Georgia done? Absolutely not. That's why these polls are so stupid. You know, Georgia should be number one. Ohio State should be number two, in my opinion, at right now, because Georgia just hasn't played anybody, but we know how it works, and Michigan hasn't either. So right now, Florida State's got the best resume of anybody right now. Anyhow, I thought that was a huge roadblock for them to get by. We didn't get to watch much of the game because it was at the same time the Oklahoma game was. So I know they were behind a lot, but they came through. The Notre Dame-Ohio State game was a really entertaining game for 17-14, I thought. Two teams really got after it. My observation there is, why do you have Sam Hartman? Why do you go get this guy and he doesn't get to throw the ball much? I don't understand it. I don't get it. When he finally did start throwing the ball, they moved it a little bit. I just don't understand it. I thought the kid from Ohio State grew up a lot. He's going to be pretty good. He made a tremendous drive, made some real clutch plays on that last drive. Great game. Are we going to shut up now about Colorado? I think that's a done deal, I think. Mm-hmm. That was good. Washington looks very, very good as well. Yep. Great game out in Pullman last night, Washington State and Oregon State. Washington State let them get back in the game, but still won. It's a good win for them. So am I leaving anything out?
No, I think the big takeaway for me, Notre Dame, I thought was the better team. And I just thought the play calling for Notre Dame was just Heather at one point was like, well, I don't understand why you're getting so angry. I told her the whole story about, they got this kid. He's such a good quarterback. Yeah. He came from Wake Forest. Like, he came here to play in these big games, and they're not letting him throw. And then all of a sudden it's 10-7. They're at the 5-yard line, and he throws it all over the field, and they go score.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
I don't get it either.
There's more to it than just us sitting on the couch criticizing. But absolutely. That was truly baffling to me.
It's a little weird, yeah. I forgot the other one, too. Alabama's not dead yet.
Yeah, they proved that Ole Miss still has a hang-up with Alabama. Ole Miss was not good in that game, and Bama bounced back. And how Bama decided to play the other two quarterbacks last week and not Milrose beyond me. I mean, he may not be great, but he's not horrible.
You have a chance with him.
Yeah, exactly.
He can do some. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I thought Alabama looked a lot better.
Oh, they did. They did.
Shotty mentioned Arkansas. I thought that was the best game of the night.
Great game. I thought they would play them close, and they did. They just don't have any defense. They just don't have any.
It's embarrassingly bad. Like, this is not an exaggeration. Arkansas needed one stop in the second half to win the game, and they could not. And not only could they not get one stop, they couldn't even force field goal. I mean, LSU did anything they wanted on the Razorbacks. On the flip side, I thought KJ Jefferson was very average in the first half. Out of the second half, KJ Jefferson for Arkansas, he was unbelievable.
Good player.
And there were guys wide open too. I mean, the LSU defense was not great either. So
if Arkansas had a defense, they'd be undefeated.
I mean, Arkansas played a pretty poor game against BYU, or they would have won. Arkansas played a great game and should have won last night, and they just didn't. So, Penn State, that's the last one. I mean,
another really good one,
They played this Iowa program. It's come on. I don't care about
that. It is. But Penn State is solid. That's a solid team. Don't know if they've got enough offense to win it, but they're going to be hard to beat because they're solid.
I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying YouTube has this thing now where you can watch 4 games at once, and so I had it up in the corner, and I finally just turned that one off because this is not. This isn't. I mean, this is not a game. Iowa can't do anything. So
it's. Dennis mentioned Duke. Duke is a solid 4-0. Dadgummit, I just saw a while ago who they play next week. Is it Louisville? Maybe.
Duke plays Notre Dame at Duke.
Oh, that's right. It's Notre Dame. That's right. I knew it was a good team that could have a letdown. That's true. It is Notre Dame. Yep. Watch out. Notre Dame better get ready to play.
Dennis with a nice shout out to the Howard Stern show. If you know on that one. Good
call. Where did you see that one at?
That made me chuckle there, Dennis. You'd have to listen to Howard to know what that means.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Let's. Horse racing. Saturday takeaways from the horse racing. I'll go into that one. Good day for us at Parks, and a good day if you were a speed horse going 2 turns. As Ceiling Crusher does beat Pretty Mischievous by, I don't know what it ended up, about a half length, I think, or maybe a full length. Ceiling Crusher goes out to the front, just takes some gate to wire with ease. Same type of race in the Pennsylvania Derby. Saudi Crown gets to the front. Nobody pressures him. And he holds off Dreamlike, who improved or bounced back, I should say, from a horrible race last time out. So 2 solid efforts. Ceiling Crusher, a little bit better price, obviously, than Saudi Crown. But, I mean, anxious moments, I guess, for Ceiling Crusher. I thought she might get caught. Saudi Crown, you felt like he was never going to get caught. First report is Saudi Crown going to the Classic. There's been speculation between the Classic and the Dirt Mile, so we'll see where he ends up. But solid efforts for both of them yesterday, and so that kind of wrapped up Parks. Parks was not a total disaster. The track was bad, but they got it in, and there wasn't any problems. They did take 1 race off the turf late, which I don't know why they did that. I mean, I know why they took it off. I don't know why they didn't do it at the beginning of the day. But
exactly. It upset a lot of people. I know that.
I text the group and I said, look, if you don't have a backup plan for this, it's almost on you. Like, this is going to happen. Know they're going to take them off. So you better be ready for it. So now why they didn't take it off, it's just, that's racing. That's all I can tell you. That's horse racing for you. But anyway, if you're experiencing the game, you knew it was going to happen. All right, let's go to the NFL here. I've got 3 games, and then we'll talk about the Oklahoma Derby and that Remington card. So let's go Titan Browns to start it off here. The Browns are at home. They're a 3.5-point favorite. The total is 38. No Nick Chubb for the Browns here. Titans, big win last week. Can they go on the road and get another one?
I like the total. I think it's going to be under. I can see a 17-13 game all over the place. Mm-hmm. Ford, who ran last week, they put him in for when Chubb got hurt, ran real well against the Steelers, showed a lot of talent. I'm taking the Titans today. I think they're going to go in there and win. These are the kind of games Cleveland loses in the past. They don't have their best player. Watson's going to have to beat him. I don't know how good Tennessee is, but they play well on the road usually. I'm taking the Titans to win it.
I like the Titans as well, plus the 3.5. I think this could be a game that comes down to a field goal one way or another. That's why I'm not going to take them to go outright and win this game. But plus that 3.5, I'm going to take the Titans. I think they make sense at that number. Look, I think you laid it out. Like, the total's 38, so that kind of tells you they don't really think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. Mm-hmm. Probably accurate. I just kind of feel like the Titans keep it close. Comes down to the last kind of drive type of thing. I think field goal wins it one way or another. It's going to be those Titans plus 3.5. Another 3.5 line. Falcons and the Lions today. Lions trying to bounce back, and the Falcons are 2-0. So let's see if they can push it to 3-0. Lions are 3.5-point favorites at home. Total at 47. What do you think about this one?
Well, I got it at 3 before it went to 3.5. So now I think that makes a difference. I don't like it at 3.5. And that somehow half a point makes a difference.
In the NFL, it does.
It really does in the NFL. I think Detroit bounces back today. I don't know how good Atlanta is. They do have 2 wins, but they're over lesser teams. And I just think Detroit is going to bounce back today. And I like it at the -3. So I'm going to take the Lions to cover.
I think Detroit bounces back today as well. I think last week was a combination of they were a little overhyped and Seattle really was ready to bounce back and play a lot better game. And they did. And they beat them, but it was a good game. I mean, I don't think you stepped away from that game as a Detroit fan and thought, oh boy, the season's in trouble now. I just kind of feel like it was one of those situations where it was just kind of a perfect storm for them to get upset. I do think they bounce back. I'm with you. I'm going to give the Lions -3.5 here. Final one, Patriots and the Jets. Ooh. Patriots a 2.5-point favorite, even though they're 0-2 on the road against the Jets. They have dominated them in the past. And look at this total, 35 points, the total for this one. Patriots, Jets, who you got?
Well, this is really a tough one. I don't know how good New England is. They have played 2 good teams. So you got to give them credit for that. The teams they've played have been pretty good. And the Jets have 2 for that matter, but they got killed last week in Dallas. And I just can't see New England losing today. So I'm going to take the Patriots to win. They got to win today. So I think they're gonna win, but I'm not very good with the NFL. But I'm going to take the Patriots to win today.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with them one more time. I don't think this team's great, but I think these are the type of quarterbacks, at least in the past, where they've really given a lot of fits to. And I think Zach Wilson, he's just not. I kind of like him, but I don't think he's a great quarterback. And I think he'll struggle today. I think the Patriots do just enough to kind of disrupt what he wants to do. I think they force a couple of turnovers and get some maybe one easy score. And I think that's going to be the difference. So I am going to take the Patriots as well. They have not week 1, but week 2, they really burned me. I thought they would play a big game and kind of upset the Dolphins. Did not happen. We'll see what happens here as they're the favorites. All right, let's get to the main event. It's Oklahoma Derby Day at Remington Park. Well, that's the race of the day today, the Oklahoma Derby. Huge field here, a full field of 13. Go postward. Actually, it'll be 12. West Coast Cowboy is scratching. So field of 12. All right, Papa Dude, where are we going in the Oklahoma Derby?
Well, I don't see much speed in this race. Do you?
I think the 1 will go, but he's kind of cheap speed.
Yeah.
I think after that, it gets a little bit sketchy. I don't expect a blazing fast pace in this one.
No, when you say cheap speed, you mean the horse isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and can be caught.
Paid. Yeah.
Yeah, so he will set the pace. Looks to me like about the only one, as you said, that will. I like Hit Show a lot, but he, hasn't been running very well, but he's been running in a lot better races than this. So can he come back to where he was back in February when he was running well? Mm-hmm. And even April, he finished 2nd in the Wood Memorial by a nose. No disgrace at that. 5th in the Kentucky Derby, which is good. 4th in the Belmont, which is okay. And kind of a disappointment, I think, in the Jim Dandy, but he didn't have a good trip in that one. He's way on the outside. That bothers me a little bit. He's my pick. Is this the kind of race, Aaron, that Red Route 1 can win? Because there's not much speed, and he's going to come from way off the pace. Does that favor him? Yeah. It's just set up for him to win.
I mean, this is the type of level he can win at.
Yeah.
I don't know about the pace. I think that is going to be a big time question mark in this one.
Right.
I don't think he can win. I don't think he'll win. I do think he'll wind up and run pretty well.
I think he'll hit the board.
Yes. He's just not one I want to trust ever again.
No, but okay, let me throw this out here. He's not good enough, is he?
I think when you get past, I think the whole key is Hit Show.
Yeah.
To me, Hit Show is clearly a better horse at his best than the rest of the field.
I think so too.
However, when horses like Hit show up here, it's always 50-50. Sometimes they show up here because it's like, we need to get them a win. And they come out here, and Brad Cox has done this in the past, and they come out and they run great and they win.
Mhm.
Sometimes they show up here because they're not doing very well, and
That's
they come
right.
out and they run 8th and they make you look dumb. So you got to be careful. I would not recommend singling this horse. Plus, the outside post is going to be a problem. Although I think he's classy enough. I think he outbreaks most of the field. I don't think it'll be a huge problem if he breaks well. But anyway, still, it's going to be a problem. Going to be an issue to try to navigate it. To me, if Hit Show doesn't run well, we could see like a 20-1 winner.
Yeah,
like,
I think so too. Because I kind of like the 4 a little bit. Do you like the 4 at all?
Yeah, see, that's my take on it. I'm going to use Hit Show. If I'm looking for a second horse, it's not Red Route 1. It's Cagliostro for Cherie DeVoe, Christian Torres aboard, the 4 horse. That's who I've got in second. I just kind of feel like this is a horse that's been around. Pretty good race in the Indiana Derby, got 3rd. Ran okay in the Smarty Jones of Parks, got 2nd. And ran 2nd, lost by a head to Scotland. Scotland's no good, but still, it's not a horrible race. Like, this horse has kind of been around it, had chances. 2nd, got beat by Dennington. I mean, there are signs there that says this horse isn't good enough, but all of a sudden he is good enough if the 13 doesn't run very well. And that's always the scary thing with these types of races. When you have a horse show up here and it's like he's been in the Derby, he's that Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
He's been in the Belmont. He's been up at Jim Dandy at Saratoga in the Jim Dandy. Now he's at Remington, the Oklahoma Derby. It's always a little bit scary with horses.
It is.
Yeah. And honestly, when it comes to, if you're going to bet a win, let's keep an eye on the price. I'm hoping that the outside post makes Hit Show a playable price. I would not play him at too low of a price, though.
Oh, no. I think what you're trying to say in a roundabout way is there really isn't a good horse in this. I mean, it's just.
No, what I'm trying to say is he's a good horse.
He's good. He's vulnerable.
A horse that has that kind of resume doesn't run here if there's not some issues. Like, Hit Show had a resume that matched up very well with the horses that ran for $1 million yesterday. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, is he here because he's not doing well enough to try to go win a Pennsylvania Derby, or is he here to try to get a confidence builder? That's the key. And I don't know the answer, and neither does anybody else. Right?
No, because you're looking, this purse is it's okay, but it's not. If he was really doing well, they wouldn't put him in a $400,000 race. I don't think.
Yeah. So that's the sketch thing about it. Now he can outclass him, but how well will he run? That's the big question mark.
He has brought several horses for the day. Cox has.
He's come down here in the past, and his horses have ran extremely well, and they've won, and they've looked great. He's also brought horses down here that have completely no-showed.
Yeah, I think, Christopher, you're absolutely right. It is kind of what I'm saying. It's a bunch of 2-year-olds playing soccer. I think you're right. Anytime, and I like Red Route 1. I like those kind of horses that come from way back. But, if you're looking at him as a possibility, I don't think the race is very good. You know what I mean? The field is not very good.
Well, and all that being said, I have Hit Show as the winner of the race. Like,
to
me, he stands out pretty heavy over this group. He's been running in the big ones. These other ones have been running in the smaller ones.
But you're right, Aaron, when you say, I think what you're trying to say too, don't let the fact he ran in the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont sway you if that price gets too low.
I'm basically just saying, if you single him, you're singling him with the idea that there is a definite chance he may not show up with his absolute best race today.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Does that mean don't play him on a ticket at all? Absolutely not. I mean, I think you got to have him on there.
He's risky at 6-5 or below, right?
If you're a guy that bets race by race win bets and he's 6-5, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If he's 5-2, 3-1, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at with it on him.
Yeah.
I'm going down there today thinking Hit Show's winning this race, though.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
the best horse in the field.
if you handicap off the form, he is so much classier than the rest of the field. So, but again, if he doesn't run well, this thing is wide open. So we'll see. All right, let's get to the best bets here. Magic is sleeping today. We don't have one from him. We'll stick with me because we're doing the Remington Park theme. My best bet is going to come from Remington Park. Race 4 on the card. I'm going number 3, Sunlit Song on top here. You talk about class. I think this horse has it over this group. Sunlit Song is just a monster since coming back from the layoff, finishing first or second in his last several races. This 8-year-old's running better than ever. Willis right now on fire at Remington Park, talking about Mindy Willis, the trainer. Elliott aboard. I like that as well. That's her go-to jockey. So I like number 3, Sunlit Song on top. I think he's going to run a very good race today. And, it's not a field that you get overly excited about. Probably the best other horse in the race is the 7, who's done his best running on the dirt. You kind of look at the turf efforts for the 7, not awful, but not great either. And in fact, the last time they matched up at Remington Park was in the Remington Green, and Sunlit Song got second, and the 7 was 8th. So that kind of tells you right there. So Remington Green here, Sunlit Song, like I said, second last time he tried it. I think he gets it done this time. So give me the 3, Sunlit Song, in the 4th at Remington. All right, let's go to yours, Papa Dude. You're going to go to the NFL.
Going to the NFL on 2 teams that are desperate for a win today.
Yep. 2
0-2 teams that had higher aspirations than that when the season started. We're talking about the Vikings and our wonderful Los Angeles Chargers. So I don't do well in the NFL. So I decided today, every time I pick the Chargers or every time I think the Chargers are going to win, they lose. So why don't I pick the other team? So it's real simple. There is no point spread.
Yeah.
So if you think the Vikings are going to win, which I kind of think they are, because here's what's going to happen. They're going to win about 24-17. There's going to be something questionable that the Chargers do. And Monday afternoon, the Chargers are going to have a new coach. So just put it in the bank. I'm going the Vikings win today, and the Chargers get the biggest win of all. They're going to have a new coach on Monday, which might turn their season around. So I'm going Vikings.
So what you're saying is Chargers fans should root for the Vikings today.
Yeah, from what I've seen in the last couple of years, yes.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, no Eckler either. Which surprises me. The line when you said it this morning was at -1, and it's now even. So I had to adjust that for you there because I went and looked one last time. I was like, whoa, it's down to even. So, I mean, I've picked against the Chargers twice. I've cashed twice. So I
yeah, you're right. Are you picking today?
Hell no.
You're picking against them, right?
100%.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I can't. You can never. You can't say never because there are spots where you can back them, but you just have to know going in that, yes, they may even win today, right?
Yeah, they could because the Minnesota's not great. But you know what? Minnesota played pretty good the other night against Philly.
But you have to realize going into every game, it's going to be a freaking circus. Even when they win games, it's a circus. And you got to know that if I'm betting the Chargers, it's going to be 3 hours of stupidity.
Yeah,
I may win, I may lose, but I'm going to get pissed 100 times during the game. So,
well, the other thing we'll get off here is they're wasting a tremendous quarterback.
Totally wasting.
And I think he's regressing a little bit. I don't think he's as good now as he was, middle of the year last year or his first year. Really, I just don't think.
I totally agree. I think he's worse than he was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, and I think. He did get injured last year. That hurt. But I think week after week, when you don't have anybody over on those sidelines to help you out, you're going to get exposed like that. I mean, you see it a lot. So, and I'm sorry. I mean, everybody fell in love with this guy and it's like, he's a joke. And I'm talking about the coach.
The coach, not the quarterback.
Not the quarterback. No. Coach. And everybody wants to try to defend him and it's not going to work. So, yeah, and this is the other. There's no game management. It's all just a mess, and it's been a mess, and I can't believe he's still there, and he is. So we'll see. Maybe today's the final. I don't think
Lose
so.
today, he's gone. They're not going to go 0-3 with this talent.
I don't think they'll fire him, but we'll see.
I think they will.
All right, let's get to the best bets. Magic's not here. He's a sleepy Gus today. He's just a tired boy. So
Yeah, he's something else.
Magic on Saturday nights, there's really no telling what that guy does.
Well,
so
that's true. I forget he's in LA.
it's usually noon before I hear from him. So
Yeah.
on Sundays. All right, let's get to it though, because we got to get on the road. Remington Park Race 4 for me today. I'm going to go number 3, Sunlit Song. 10 race card at Remington. I think every race is really competitive except for this one. I just feel like Sunlit Song is a classy horse, so I went with this one here. Also, I've got 6 racing plays today on the best bets page. So anytime I have more than 3, I always go back and forth on which one do I want to put for this show. I kind of my deciding factor was, you know what? I kind of want to see the best bet that I pick on the show run in person today. So I went with Remington with the 3 Sunlit Song. You're going to the Vikings, even money for you, or excuse me, even on the point spread, I should say. You're going to go with the Vikings today. 5-3-1 on the week, up $170, up $250 for the year. Boy, that one really hurts because that Notre Dame game you should have got. And you know what? You should have got the Orioles the night before. You've had some terrible luck. So maybe the Vikings will luck out and win a game today.
Let's not forget, I got the 49ers last week, or the Rams last week. So I used up all my luck.
That's true. We always say it. What goes around comes around. Yep. If you win a photo, you're going to lose a photo. If the DQ helps you, the DQ's going to turn around and hurt you.
I'm doing okay. I could be doing better. If I had those 2 come in, I really would have had a great week.
Yeah. Yep, I know it. All right, well, let's try to end it on a good note here. Let's try to get a couple of these home. If you're going to Remington, make sure to shout us out. We'll be there today. Looking forward to meeting a few people and seeing a few others that we've met before. So it's going to be a good day. Everybody have fun. We'll see you out at Remington, and we'll see you back for this show on Thursday.